Alright YouTube, this is what I got. I've got a Therm-A-Rest self-inflating sleep pad, Cascade Designs. Here's the NSN number. And I have a leak. So I'm gonna try to find the leak. So first I'm gonna blow it up and I'll show you kind of what it's like when it's full. Alright, so I've blown it up. So this is a pretty good test to know like you're fully inflated. So if it's on the ground and you fold it over, it'll spring back. Okay, it's been about, less than 5 minutes. And here, fold it in half. And it doesn't rebound, it just stays, so leaking. What I'm gonna do is, I've got the pad and I'm gonna blow it up all the way and I'm gonna fold it in half to increase the pressure. And then I'm gonna go through it bit by bit with some soapy water and a rag, and I'm gonna try to see if I can find this leak, if it's on the pad itself. All right guys, sorry about the wind, but I've got the Therm-A-Rest outside and I've got it blown up and folded in half, and I have some soapy water and I'm checking for leaks. And so I just found 2 leaks on this one section, so I'll show you what those look like. You can clearly see it. So just keep refilling up the pad with air. The more pressure, the better. Okay, here's another part of the pad. You'll get big ones like this, and you can hear it. Like once you put the soap on it, you can hear it pretty well. So then they'll pop and they'll leave like a dry space. And then here's another one. Right there, you could see it. It's filling up. And you can just, in the middle of it, it just popped, but when you look in these bubbles, you can just see the little puncture. See there, it moved off. I'm gonna dry them off, circle them with a Sharpie, and go from there. Like once there's been soapy water on them and they've gotten kind of clean, and you've marked them, you can then see the little punctures better than before. If you find one, like this one on the left was a really obvious one and it blew giant bubbles. This one was like a sneaky one right next to it, and they were kind of blowing bubbles close enough to where they would join together. So if you find one, circle it, and then to check if there are any right around it, take your finger like this and just introduce the bubbles like around it, and you'll know when you hit one. Like here you go, watch. So just find one and check around it just to make sure there's not a sneaky nearby one. Okay, so this side looks pretty good. And I'm gonna try to get a close-up of this sound, so you can hear them when they're leaking too. Okay, on a side note, this is a good time to wash the pad. So while I have the soap and water, I'm gonna give it a good scrub and get it dried, and then order some patch kits, and I'll be back when I'm patching it and the results. Another thing I want to mention is that I blew up the mattress, and then I submerged up to this point, I stuck the corner in and submerged the fill valve and barb portion to see if the barb and valve itself was leaking. So that didn't appear like it was leaking. I wasn't getting any bubbles out of the top. I wasn't getting any bubbles around where the barb seals to this border of the mattress. Therm-A-Rest sells new valves. They're about that long, they stick in here. And the portion that sticks inside has a couple barbs on it, and it comes with adhesive. So you just put the adhesive on the barb portion and you stick it in, wipe the excess. To pull it out, you unscrew it, and you take a pair of pliers and grab it on the neck, and you just work it out, because all that's holding it in is just adhesive. I just wanted to mention that. So I'm going to clean off this whole thing now and let it dry outside all day. Okay, so we're back. You've located your holes, and now you've got it flat on a bench or on the floor, and I'm gonna show you what I have. Okay, these are both made from Gear Aid. This one is the seam grip plus waterproofing, sealant and adhesive. Stops leaks, seal seams, and fix tears. Okay, so this is gonna go on the holes. And on top of that, I'm gonna put this, the Tenacious tape, patch tears. So I'm gonna do the seam grip, and then I'm gonna do one patch over it, and then I think I'm gonna put some seam grip around, maybe around the perimeter, I'm not sure yet. All right, so I'll show you what comes with it. You get the tube of the seam grip, you get this threaded applicator tip with these brushes, and you have a small spatula. So then I'll show you this. You can pause it if you want to read the directions. Okay, I'm gonna prep it. Isopropyl alcohol. I'm gonna let that dry. All right, so I'm gonna go for it. This is telling me 2 hours before putting the tape on it. Some other things were telling me 30 minutes to an hour. When this is still tacky, put the tape on it, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. Put this brush tip on it. I've never worked with this, so I don't know how much to use. So I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna use this. And I've got these patches here. I've cut them and rounded the corners. Don't breathe it. Do something like that. Once you squeeze, it just starts coming. It settles though pretty nicely and there's no air bubbles. Put the cap on, they say put it in the freezer. Okay, it's been 45 minutes and it's still pretty tacky, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the patches on. I'm gonna put the patches on and I'm gonna smooth it from the inside out, from the center outwards, and then I'm gonna put seam grip a little more around the edge, and I'm gonna see how that does. It seems like a better way to do it. Okay. Might as well go over it. I'm just gonna go over it, and hopefully it's not too thick and messes up something with the curing, so I don't know. All right, I'll check back. All right, side 2. I'm just gonna do the same thing. Maybe use a little less seam grip. Flattens out really well, it lays really flat. All right, so it's been curing for about 35 minutes. I'm stupid and impatient, and I'm just gonna put the patches on. And learning from yesterday, I'm gonna peel them off and then make like a U. And this is, I don't know, there's probably a better way to do it, but this is just how I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna put the U down first, and I'm gonna smooth out from the center, and I'm not gonna release more of the patch from my fingers until it's smooth. Seems to work pretty well. It's a little wetter than yesterday. We'll see if that matters. I don't know. Kind of experimenting. And then I'm gonna cover them again. Seam grip. Okay, I'm back outside. It's been more than 24 hours. And I'm still hunting down a small leak, I think. But I just wanted to show, here's soapy water on the patches, and they look good to go. Okay, we're finally back, and I found 3 more little leaks. So I did the same thing with these. Seam grip, wait a half hour, and you can see the outline of my patches. 1 big patch for these 2, and a smaller patch for this one. And then seam grip on top, covering the patch and then past the outside of the patch. And what I'll say about these leaks, so I had it outside with the soapy water, and the soapy water was not revealing the leaks. And even folding the pad in half, put pressure, didn't reveal the leaks. But I knew I had a leak because the pad was still going soft. It would take longer, but it was still going soft. So then what I ended up doing is rolling the pad from one side. So I'd lay it down and I'd roll the pad like a tube of toothpaste and put soapy water as I went. And then I would have the pad laid down the same way, but then I would roll it from the other side just for fun. And then I would flip it over and do the same thing. Roll it and then roll it back. And rolling it created enough pressure to expose these 3 leaks, which were smaller than the first leaks that I found, which were very easy to find. So that's what happened there. And I have it blown up and it's holding pressure now. It's nice and straight and nice and plumped up. So I'm calling this a success, and I'm pleasantly surprised. I've never had to do this, so I had low expectations, but these products seem to be legit. Now, I can't say anything about just using seam grip or just using the Tenacious tape. I have no idea. I wanted to be safe and use them in conjunction to try to get the best and most permanent seal. That's that. I have quite a bit in the tube of the seam grip, and I have a good amount of roll of Tenacious tape still. So I have plenty of leftover for any future ones. So I'm quite happy. Good deal. Here's the number again. Thanks for watching. If you feel like it, throw me a sub and hit me with some questions. Thank you. See ya.